Hello everyone and welcome back to Milo Farms. Well, picked up a new project here at the farm, and we've got us a 2002 Custom Weld Viper 2 jet boat. So we're trying to do some work on this. It's in pretty good shape. It doesn't need much work, but there's some evidence that there's been some trash that might have got sucked up into the heat exchanger. And there's also just some kind of cleanup around the motor that needs to be done. You can see that hose sticking off to the left there that needs to be removed and taken care of from an old trolling motor hookup. So today we're going to be focusing on taking the clean out caps off the heat exchanger and checking for debris that might be inside. And then if everything's good, just put it back together. We're also going to go ahead and clean out this antifreeze overflow tank. There's some weird kind of debris in there. Doesn't seem to be in the rest of the cooling system, but it seems to be in the plastic bucket on the side. So first thing we're going to do to avoid spilling antifreeze is we're going to take off this clamp right here and try to get off this little green hose and remove the antifreeze bottle without spilling any of the residual antifreeze that's in there. So we've got that off. Now we're going to go ahead and take the two screws out, one here, and take the bottle off to the side. So we've got that bottle off, and so just a little bit about how this works. This is the fresh water here from the lake coming from the jet pump, comes up into the bottom of the exchanger here, and then when it exits the exchanger, it exits up here on the top, I believe, and goes into the two manifolds. But while it's in there, it goes through and cools the, I guess you call it the tubes that are in there that have the glycol on the other side. So we're going to come over to this side here, and we're going to start by taking off this bolt right here, and hopefully it'll come off. So we got that screw out. Take off the cap and the rubber. These already popped off as soon as I started to disassemble everything. And then if you look down inside of here, you can see all the tubes, and you can also see the sacrificial anode, I think they would call it. And this is the side the water comes in here. So if there was debris in here, it would be in there. I found a couple little pieces that were mostly like pine needles and things like that. So we'll go ahead and put the cover back on. If needed, you could take off this other side over here and then flush that through with a garden hose or something like that. But in our case, we're just going to go ahead and put it back together because it is fairly clean. So went ahead and put the rubber and then the plate and then this backing plate for the antifreeze bottle back on, and got it all leveled up and tightened back up. Everything looks good there. Since it was fairly clean, we opted not to take the other side off here. Everything looks good. It's full of antifreeze. So what we're going to do is take this bottle over, get it cleaned up. I'm not sure what that is that's in it. It looks like just some debris of some sort. I'll get that cleaned out, and then we're going to go ahead and put the bottle back on and top it off with antifreeze, and should be good to go. So everything's looking good there. So stay tuned. We're going to have some other videos with this boat, some different things, and we'll get that coming up soon. Hope everybody enjoyed the video. Remember, you can't finish a project without getting started.